Hello, welcome back to Dating Coach versus Breakup. My name is Rob Wong. I am your dedicated dating coach. And today we're at episode 14, which means that for the most part, we're over the recovery phase. By now, most of the withdrawal symptoms have left my system, and I'm in a much better place emotionally. Which means that now I'm free to take on the next phase. And presumably at this point, if you've been following along, so are you. So the way that looks is like this. I'm going to ask you to start defining your life in the way that you want it to look in three different categories. We've got health, wealth, and relationships. Now, unsurprisingly, your relationships may not look the way that you want them to look right now. And that's okay, that's part of the point. But within relationships, that also means looking at the other relationships and connections in your life. And the more of these relationships that are cleaned up and on solid ground, and by that I mean that you feel grounded when you're around them, you feel deeply connected when you're around them, the better off you will be when it comes to dating. If you have a bad relationship with anyone in your life and you suddenly encounter them, then all of a sudden you're going to be triggered and deeply in fight or flight, which means that it'll be easier for you to re-enter that mode when you're around someone that you're attracted to. Whether it's the fight response and you get angry and upset at them and you cut them out of your life, or it's the flight response and all of a sudden you find yourself really tongue-tied and not able to hang, in which case you can think of that like approach anxiety. So look at your other relationships first before you start getting involved there. Now the same thing goes for wealth and health. If your health is in disorder, if you're not in the shape that you want to be, you're going to be looking at those things and treating yourself like you're less than the person you're trying to date. If you're not happy with your body, then you need to find a way to get there, whether you're doing the inner work of self-acceptance or you're doing the outer work of just getting back into shape because you want to have more energy. And it really helps to have someone that's keeping me accountable. That's why I've built out a bunch of structures in my life that help me stay on track. Recently, I've noticed that I had like a beer belly, and I've been spending a lot of energy trying to suck that gut back in. And I would always wonder why my stomach felt so weird. So now I've got to do a bajillion crunches every day and presumably some kind of cardio, which I'm honestly not that excited about. Now the final component is wealth, and some of you may already have that set up. You may have your own home, you might be financially independent, you might work for yourself, in which case, awesome job. Now, my personal goal here is to become more financially independent. I am debt-free, however, I would like to increase my income by just a little bit. And I think what that looks like is an extra $5,000 a month. Now, that should be enough to set me up nicely and I'll be able to live wherever I want to live at that point. I'm planning on being international at least a chunk of that time. I want to live in Paris or New Zealand or Australia. And as soon as the world opens up back again, that's my game plan. But first, in order for me to do that, I gotta get my finances locked down. And you can see that because I'm so excited about that, if I'm living that kind of lifestyle, that kind of excitement is gonna show up on me, in my face, in the way that I communicate with other people. And that's the kind of energy that draws people in, that has them wanting to participate in your life, as well as participate with you specifically. If you're all doom and gloom and you don't like your life or you don't like you, then it's really unreasonable to expect someone to suddenly flip the switch and fall in love with you. Okay, so the final component here is pretty simple. It is getting as specific as possible with your goals. What does it actually look like? What does in shape mean? Does it mean that you have an 8-pack? Does it mean that you just stop eating breadsticks or you cut sugar out of your life entirely? Are you looking to gain 20 pounds of muscle while losing fat? How do you want to look? Is there a celebrity that you want to look like? What do you want to feel like once you're actually there? And go through that with every single individual pillar that we just talked about today. And once you have that fully mapped out, begin to think about what steps you'll need to take over the next few weeks or months to get there. It's entirely possible to date with an imperfect life. I highly recommend you do it because if you spend all of your time waiting, you're never going to be able to date again, right? Don't let that become an excuse for you not to get back out there. But in the meantime, it never hurts to begin working on your lifestyle so that you're happy with you, that you can fall in love with you. Because at the end of the day, that's going to make the biggest difference when it comes to getting attraction and love from another human being. And I guess I shouldn't even say getting attraction, it's more like sharing attraction and love. So that just about wraps it up today. And if you got something or you enjoyed this particular episode, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and help YouTube understand that this is something that you enjoyed and that other people might potentially enjoy. I want to get this channel as big as possible so that we can help out more people with their dating lives and so that you can begin to date out of your league. So once more, my name is Rob Wong. This is Dating Coach versus Breakup, and I will catch you in the next episode.